How much easier would your life be if you could double your profits? You know, you could finally say goodbye to the stress and frustration of chasing and working your tail off every month, couldn't you? Hi, I'm Mark Carrier. Today I'm going to share 7 ways to develop extraordinary leaders who can double profits over time based on the groundbreaking leadership research conducted by Dr. Jack Zenger and Dr. Joe Folkman that demonstrates the absolute necessity of developing extraordinary call center managers and team leaders. For those of you who haven't heard of these renowned leadership experts, in 2003, Dr. Zenger and Folkman created Zenger Folkman, which grew out of their groundbreaking research behind their best-selling book, The Extraordinary Leader, Turning Good Managers into Great Leaders. I'll leave a link in the video description below if you'd like to download their book for free. Now, today, Zenger Folkman is at the forefront of leadership training programs for some of the world's biggest companies, including General Mills, AT&T, and DirecTV, helping their leaders and organizations become extraordinary. Over the course of the years of their research, some of the many things they found is there is one factor that is consistent and predictable in its impact on the success of every business. That is the quality of leadership within an organization. In their white paper, How Extraordinary Leaders Double Profits, they address the evidence they've uncovered of relationship between leadership and business outcomes and explore the likely reasons for that occurring. Rather than go through the whole paper with you today, I'll leave a link for it in the video description below so you can check it out in full if you'd like. Now, let me share with you the 7 ways they found you can develop leaders who inspire people to perform at a higher level and thus increase the productivity of the organization. The first way is to create a competency-based model based on hard data and analysis rather than pooled opinions of a few executives. You must rely on a leadership development model that defines the competencies and leadership behaviors which will make a difference. Next, you need to provide leaders with insightful awareness about how well they currently perform against this model to move them from where they are now to where you want them to go. They need to know where they're starting from to illustrate their strengths and call their attention to any serious failings that detract from their performance. The third way is to make feedback motivational. Just telling them where they fall on a bell curve of performance measurements is virtually guaranteed to be demotivating and discouraging to 95% of people. Only those at the very top will have positive feelings. Everyone else is deflated, but feedback can be enormously motivational when delivered in a caring and constructive way. When the feedback emphasizes strengths and when it is translated into specific actions, it becomes a positive experience and allows people to translate this new awareness into a self-development plan they are committed to. The fourth way is to help them create personal development plans. Most people haven't and probably won't create a personal development plan without some support, and motivation and confidence increases when a practical and actionable plan is created. The next way is after you've worked out a development plan with them, you need to provide appropriate skill development. Greater self-awareness helps most leaders identify areas they can be far better in, which is most often in the skill of coaching. As well, most leaders acknowledge that giving colleagues corrective feedback is something they postpone and duck. Others get a lot of benefit from presentation skills training or developing greater comfort in the strategic thinking process. And this development doesn't always need to be formal training conducted in a classroom. The perfect classroom to learn leadership skills is very often on-the-job coaching. For example, where else could be a better place to learn the skills of building relationships than on the floor with their team? The sixth way is to involve the manager. Their research strongly points out the huge differences in the outcomes of any leader's development process when the manager is intimately involved versus not being engaged. Clearly, the manager's involvement greatly elevates the participants' motivation, not to mention the practical contributions that the manager can make to their team members' development efforts. The last way is to create sustainment. As they point out in their paper, leadership development isn't a new concept. There are many approaches to developing leaders, and each organization has to decide which process works best for them. However, if there is a lack of follow-up on a leadership program, basic principles will have to be repeated over and over and over again. New skills and behaviors rapidly drop off if there are no sustainment mechanisms in place. To put it in statistical terms, 87% of what a person learns in a leadership program will be gone within 30 days if there is no follow-up. There is no substitute for measurement and feedback, and there is an assortment of follow-up metrics and tools that work with customized leadership development, as well as more traditional programs. Now, these 7 ways of developing amazing leaders just don't apply to team leaders either. These also apply to call center managers too. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these 7 ways of developing extraordinary leaders. So just leave your thoughts in the comments section below, and if you have any questions, just put them there too, and I'll be sure to answer them all. Now, please do me a favor. If you like this video, hit the like button below, and please share it with somebody you think it can help with them too, okay? And be sure to subscribe to this channel, because I upload team leader training videos every week. And hit the notification bell. That way when I upload more videos and tips, you'll get notified. Thanks again for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all next time.